a situation in Nigeria that I say it very often. There was an agency in Nigeria that was, but this was about 20, 30 years ago. I was involved in a probe. They bought a house. This agency bought a property in United Kingdom. 400, that property is supposed to be 400,000 pounds. But this agency paid 2.4 million pounds. Because this is a property I know, and I knew where that environment, that there's no way a property can cost that much. Because, of course, it's not here that people can do anything. If you Google in London and say, property in this area, they showed me. So I decided I must see to the 8th. In the end, it was clear that there was a directive from a big man who told a young person to pay that price and said that that is the price. So the question became, should we sack this person who, obviously for fear of his job, was doing what the young man said, or do we deal with the big man? Everybody said we deal with you. I said, no, you can't deal with him. He was just merely obeying orders. And in Nigeria, when you don't know where the next thing will come from, you probably do certain things that you ordinarily not do when you know where the next thing will come from. And when I confronted the man, he told me, he said, as I thought this man is giving him this order, his wife was, this happened to him, and if he doesn't obey, they're bundling him back. And then his children will start going to school. So as far as it's concerned, even if he wants 10 times that, he will do it. So I'm not holding forth for doing the wrong thing. But let's go to the source. That's why that he said, if you don't do the wrong thing, those below will not do it.
So, I mean,
and I've done it in another.
So if you win the election, the CBN structure as it is today, would you leave it or would you do something about it?
Don't worry what I'll do. The rest assured that I'll do the right thing.
All right. Quickly, because the manufacturer association is...
I'm not giving a different position to Mr. President in waiting. I'm only adding. You said who would he blame? We should blame the head. We should blame the president. That's what His Excellency Peter Obi has been saying. Hold us responsible for anything that happens. In the first 16 years of this democracy, they had the patience to award contracts, even if they were inflated, and be following up and be collecting. Here come the last 8 years of our democracy. They were so pressed for 12 years while they were looking for power. So pressed that they had no time to wait for the contracts to be awarded, if it is roads or bridges. They just wanted cash the next day. That aggravated the actions in CBN. The very, very wide gap that the economist spoke about. That also informed quick cash, like when there was COVID palliatives, that cash of billions had to go and be changed, and you know this cash is not being given into, it's directly converted into cash. So there became an era. I said an era, I didn't say government too. I'm not criticizing anybody. There came an era in which they became more and more impatient for quick cash. That was responsible largely for the very sharp increase. Well, you know, like I always say, we've been keeping the records. After the first wave of COVID, when government tried to soften the sit at home, go and study how the dollar jumped from 365 to 485. Find out what happened in Zone 4. Find out what happened to the BDCs all around. These things are there for anybody to verify. In summary, we have suffered the consequences of some people's burning desire to get rich quickly, and the easiest way was manipulation of exchange rate, which already Mr. President in waiting has already said they are going to be merged. No brainer. No brainer.
All right.
Why should people go into risks and long-term investments to make a tiny percentage of what families and friends of the powers that be will make between Wednesday and Saturday, when the CBN gives out exchange rate. And these are people who came out to say that everybody who ruled in Nigeria before them was a thief. They came out to be greater, in quotes, what they call others.